Guys, welcome back to the Odyssey Central Reaction channel. I am your host, the Odyssey Central Reaction guy. And Odyssey Central uploaded a new video. Which items will return in Mario Kart 9? Good lord, which items will return in Mario Kart 9? That's actually a very good question. I think I'll play along with you, brother. I'll play along with you. So let's have a look, shall we?
The Mario Kart series is known for its chaotic races, and that's all thanks to the several items in each of the games.
True.
Everyone loves using a mushroom to take a shortcut, everyone's got a memory of sniping someone with a green shell, and everyone's got PTSD from the blue shell. Despite how sometimes the items can make us rage, the Mario Kart series would really not be the same without.
That was him, that wasn't me.
This would include the upcoming Mario Kart 9 that was just recently announced for the Nintendo Switch 2. While we haven't seen any items in action yet, we can be fairly certain they're making a return. Probably because we...
Yeah? Are they? Are they, Odyssey, man? Are you sure? Are you sure, brother? Let's turn you up a little bit.
You can see item boxes in the trailer. So for my second Mario Kart 9 prediction video, I thought it'd be fun to talk about what items I think are going to be returning for the next game. To do that, I'm going to go through every previous game in the series and talk about each of their items, what they do, and how likely I think they are to return. Believe it or
Still low? Hey, hang on. Oh, there we go, okay.
not, there have been over 50 different items in the Mario Kart series with Mario Kart Tour included. I'm not talking about the arcade games, there's like 100 items. It's safe to say that all of them aren't going to be making a return, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to throw all these items into a likelihood tier list. S tier represents the items I think are 100% locked in, A tier will be the items I think are very likely,
Can I do one?
The likelihood will just go down until we reach F tier, which are the items I don't think have a chance. Unless they pull in everyone is here. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in.
Guys, make sure you like us. Guys, look at Graph. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys.
Starting us off, we have 12 items from Super Mario Kart. Being the first game in the series, a lot of the items are pretty basic and have appeared in literally every game. I think it's safe to say that those items are going to come back, so let's just rapid fire through the 6 items that have been in every single title of the series. Everyone knows these items, so if you want to skip this section, just go to this timestamp.
Yeah, I'll do exactly that. We know the items, chat. We know the items. We know the items. Let's have a quick look at them. Where were they? I think you showed the list, didn't you? We know the items, chat. We know the items. Red shell, green shell, banana, star, lightning, mushroom.
But that leaves us with 6 other items in Super Mario Kart that are a bit more interesting to talk about. First, let's start with the one that I think is the most likely of the bunch, the coins. This item has had a bit of a rocky history, appearing in both Super Mario Kart and Super Circuit before taking a long break.
I think the coin comes back, right, chat? I think it comes back. Anyone who says it doesn't, you need to go back to 2016, okay, when coin hate was approved. We live in a coin lovers society, okay? The fake item box is dead. The coin remains. Thank you, Gio, again. Gio, I'm going to cut you off as well. If I cut off Solar Flare, I'm going to cut you off as well. You're too nice. Thank you for the money. Not essential rankle, the arcade items too. Nah, it's fine. You know, I'll let him pass. Arcade doesn't count, all right?
Mario Kart 7.
Thank you for the 5.
Luckily though, the coin has made a resurgence, appearing in both Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8, where it will give the player 2 coins. Coins help increase the kart's top speed, so they're definitely worth collecting, even if they're kinda useless to defend yourself with. Due to coins not being able to block incoming items though, I think they're an essential part in balancing the game. True. First place could just keep getting items to block incoming red shells. So that's why I think coins are going to be at the top of A tier. Not quite a 100% chance, but I still think they're very likely. Also,
probably, yeah, you know, fair. I'd put it there as well, I think.
I'm going to be ordering every tier except for the top so that you can see within the tiers, which I think is the most likely. That'll be important for our next item being the Boo. When used, he'll steal an item from a random player. The person who used Boo will also become intangible and invisible for a short time.
I think the Boo comes back, right? Actually, hang on. I think Boo, I'd put it in A. I'd put Boo in A. I could definitely see them not, but I think it stays. I think it stays.
Like the coins, he's also had a shady history, appearing in most of the games, but being cut from Double Dash, 7, and 8 on the Wii.
It just feels like Boo's a mainstay. Does that make sense? I'd put it in like mid A, low A maybe.
Out of their way to add him back in 8 Deluxe, though, makes me think he's got a pretty good.
Yeah, look, even I say, look, he said, hey, he said it. Not just me, chat. He said it. Therefore, it must be correct. I'm getting a bit hot now. Damn, I look like I'm a businessman. Businessman Musty. Are you standing on business, Odyssey Central?
Pretty iconic item, so I'd be surprised if he was gone. I'll put him just below coins in 8.
Hey.
Now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna sound like a massive hypocrite because next up we got the feather. This has only appeared in Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
As for the feather, I could see them not. Because like they put it as a battle mode item for a bit of fun. I could see them not. Put it in B. Yeah, maybe B. Maybe. I put it like C+, literally 50-50, like coin flip it.
Which is cool to show that any item could eventually make a comeback, you know, as long as it's stuck in battle mode. Yeah, so the feather's main ability is that it lets you hop, which doesn't really work with modern track design. In battle mode though, it can be used to steal balloons and shines, which is pretty interesting. However, it
mushrooms do that.
Feel like a necessary item. The mushroom does both of those things too, and to be honest, I haven't really heard of many feather fans. So I'm gonna put this at the top of C tier, which to clarify,
okay.
are the first tier of the items I don't think are making it in.
Okay, so C and below is not coming back. B and above is coming back. So this is like just about misses the cut according to him. I would say that's a fair placement.
But now some of you may be confused why there are still 3 items left, but I already talked about all the items we can get.
Are you going to talk? Oh, is he going to talk about those CPU exclusive? Oh, Odyssey. Hey, you know, I kind of rate it, to be honest. I kind of rate it. See, this is why we like Odyssey Central. If this was Switch Stop, we would never. If this was Switch Stop. People online.
Well, I talked about all the items we can use, however, there are still 3 items that are exclusive to...
Jesus. Okay, so the Yoshi egg in this game is just a glorified banana. That's not coming back. The Fireball is also a glorified banana, but it moves a bit. That's not coming back. Especially with the modern day Fire Flower. And the Poison... Of the 3 of these, I think the Poison Mushroom is probably the most interesting. I don't think they do. But it's easily the most interesting. I'd put this in, like, C, maybe? This could be kind of interesting, you know?
Computer players. Yeah, so when racing against CPUs, they all have the chance to use an item whenever they want. While about half the characters get items that are already in the game, Yoshi, Toad, Peach, and Bowser each get an item that the players can't use. These have also never reappeared in the series again, at least with the same functionality. Yoshi gets the Yoshi eggs, which just act exactly the same as bananas. Since that's literally just a retextured repeat, I think it's safe to put this in F.
Yeah, fair.
Bowser gets a similar item with his fireballs, however they do move slightly, so I guess they're a bit better than Yoshi. Still not enough to get it out of F tier though. The last item,
what about the poison shroom?
Cool.
Oh!
Down the poison mushroom.
Guys, what's the point of this video? We're just copying each other. Hey, Odyssey! Hey, we're copying it. What are you doing? You're stealing.
Hitting it will shrink.
Pre-watched. Was the pre-watched?
That is a really good function, and I'm super surprised this hasn't been done as a real item yet. It worked very similar to the poison mushroom in the Smash series, where it tricks people into thinking a normal mushroom was on the ground instead. Honestly,
my theory as to why it wouldn't come back though is the other item that was based on deception has kind of been like ousted from the series. So something tells me they wouldn't bring another one back. That's just my theory anyway. Because they go to the FIB, would they include another item in the game that is based on the deception? That feels like a item gimmick that they're not really too interested in. To me anyway. But what does Odyssey Central think?
Honestly, I would love to see this return, and I think it could work extremely well. This is definitely going to be the biggest gamble of the video, but I'm putting this in B tier.
Ooh, spicy. Spicy, brother. That's actually a little spicy. I'd put it on like C along with the feather. It has potential, as in like it's an interesting item. I just don't think they'll do it. Risky, I like it. Bold. Let's go gambling, huh? All right.
It'll be the bottom of B tier, but I think the poison mushroom would be a great item to.
It would be a great item.
Mario Kart.
I don't think they do it though.
Next up is Mario Kart 64 with 7 new items. I think for the most part though, this will go pretty quick. First up is the blue shell, and yeah, this thing is staying. It's one of the series' most iconic items, so much so that it was even included in the Mario movie, where a blue Koopa explodes himself to... Well, that's kind of dark. The blue shell will fly directly to first place and hit them really hard to slow them down. Like I said, everyone has trauma from getting hit by this thing, but it's very essential in making Mario Kart what it is. It's been
honestly, do you mean, it's a friendship ruiner. It's the Dark Destroyer. Koopa General! I love Koopa General! He's my favorite character! You forgot to mention all that Odyssey Central. Video bad. I hate it now.
64, so I'm pretty comfortable putting it in S tier.
Yeah,
alongside it, I'm going to include the triple items introduced in this game, being triple red shells, triple green shells, and triple mushrooms. These all work the exact same as the single versions, but there's 3 of them, and the items spin around you.
No
Since
way!
Their introduction, they have also appeared in every game in the series, so I think S tier is fair for them too. In a similar vein, there is also the golden mushroom, which lets you use the mushroom boost as much as you want within a certain time frame.
I think the golden mushroom comes back. I'm going to put the golden mushroom in S personally. I just wish they fucking rework this bitch. Like, it needs to, like, it needs a way for you to, like, cancel it instantly. Either you need to swap items. Like, you need, like, it needs sand, man. Because, like, I like to imagine all of us, and I imagine everyone's going to say, yeah, have been in a situation where we get a golden mushroom, the second item is what we need, or we want another item box in the case of, like, games with single item boxes, but you can't get it because the timer's still, you know? So I'm just like, oh, man. You know? So it's like, it's got to give. It needs, like, a little bit of a rework.
This did miss out on Super Circuit, but beside that, it's been in every other game. However, I think I'm just going to put this at the top of A tier. It's more than likely going to return, but I could see a world where they remove it and just keep the triple shrooms.
Yeah, you know what? Fair.
The 2 most interesting items because they aren't in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. First up is the Banana Bunch. This is like the banana, but we get 5 of them trailing behind.
Yeah, it's just not happening. I think, if any, firstly, triple bananas, but I think the triple banana spinning around you is just a lot more balanced and interesting. I don't think it's coming back.
behind us instead of 1. That is honestly a bit excessive. I mean, if you get that in first place, you're basically good from red shells for the rest of the race. This is also
It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Triple banana in future entries, so there's really not much place for it. Although, I do think this could be a fun battle mode exclusive item as you trail a whole line of bananas behind you. So while I don't think this is going to come to the game, I'll put it above the feather and C tier just because there is still a chance.
Nah, I'd put it in F. It's just no way. It's just no way. I think the triple bananas, especially the way they used in 8, is just way more interesting. I think they ditched this forever, you know?
But the final Mario Kart 64 item is probably going to be the most controversial of the bunch.
Which
That
one?
item is the fake item box.
Oh, well, guys, where do we stand? Where do we stand on the fake item box question? For me, it just feels like Nintendo don't really want deception-based items. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. I don't think they want that sort of game design in their Mario Kart. I don't think that's my game theory. That's just my game theory. I'm just completely making that up out of nothing. But the fact that my theory as to if I was to like try and like give some legs to my theory, it's the fact that in Nintendo 64 or the Mario Kart 64, should I say, the FIB was genuinely quite deceiving. It actually looks convincingly like an item box. Whereas as the games have gone by, they've made it like way more easier to like suss out to the point where it's kind of very ineffective as a deception tool. And I'm pretty sure that's why they got rid of it, So, and it's like, it's one of those things where how do you balance an item around deception? If you make it like quite hard to see, then like, does it appeal to, because remember, it's a casual baby game. That's what I'm thinking. And I would say for a casual baby game, I think this is I would say this is a bit much, I would say this is a bit much. And also, Norm, you're speaking in competitive-nese. I don't speak that, bitch. I speak in casual-nese, brother, okay? Oh, it's good for trapping. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's a good battery. I don't care, okay? I'm talking about its normal use for normal people, which is a deception item. Which, as I said, I don't think Nintendo care about, to be honest. I think they just don't care. Because there's no real way to balance a deception item that seems a bit fair for, like, a casual game. It just doesn't... I don't know. Fake Smash Ball? I think the fake Smash Ball works in Smash because it's Smash. I think Smash is a bit more like... Whereas Mario Kart is like, Mario Kart's like a game your mum plays. If your mum gets hit by this, she's gonna ground you. She's gonna ground you.
Isn't in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it's pretty iconic. It acts like a banana, except it looks like an item box, so the idea here is that it's going to trick people into hitting it, and for some reason it can't defend you from items. The effectiveness of the fake item box drastically changes between games, though. It's pretty hard to tell a fake item box and a real item box apart in 64 and DS, but Wii and Double Dash just make it a completely different color. You'd have to be stupid to run into that.
True.
Despite its varying usage, I do like the idea behind
it. Man, it's almost as if Mario Kart Wii is bad. I really hope Battenberg isn't hit. Battenberg's in the chat! Hello, Battenberg! How you doing, Battenberg?
Well,
had to have some Mario Kart Wii slander for him.
I think it's got a pretty good shot. Of the currently caught items, it's easily the most iconic as well. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it up in B tier.
Ooh,
I think it's gonna come.
Okay, do you know what? B. I fuck with B. I'd put it top of C. This would be my top of C tier. I'd say it doesn't come back, but it's like the most likely of the doesn't come backs. That's what I would put it personally. What about you, chat? Let's read some chat for a bit. I'm curious. Where would you put it? I want it back. I think it could return in 9, considering how the fake Smash Ball's a thing. It's actually tricky. I think, like, yeah, I see it, but like, I feel like they don't really like deception items. Something just the sign that leans me in that direction, Like, I don't have any like proper proof, but like the fact that they've made the fake item box more easier to discern as the games have gone on, kind of makes me feel that way, It makes me feel that way. Bottom of C, low C, B is good, B for me. Okay, interesting.
Come back. Next up is Super Circuit with
Hang on.
0 items. Okay, never mind. Next up is...
Oh, no, honestly, no. He didn't... Oh, see, most Mario Kart people don't know about this, but there's actually a secret... Fuck, what was it? In, like, multiplayer only, there's actually a red spiny shell, which, locks on like twice. Like it hits the first person, then goes around again and hits again. I just made that up.
Double Dash with 9 items, kind of. Before we get into the weird cases, let's take a look at one item from this game.
I'm just upset you skipped my game.
This works exactly like you'd expect. You throw it at people and they explode. This has been in every Mario Kart game since its introduction. It's an extremely well-known Mario character.
Bomb gets in, chat. Bomb is like S. Bomb is S.
And it's one of the most fun items to use. I see no reason for this not to be an S
tier.
Yeah. Now everything else in this game is a mess. Mario Kart Double Dash had a mechanic where characters could get exclusive items, which was cool, but I also think a bit limiting. For example, the Bomb was exclusive to Wario and Waluigi in this game. Ignore the 2 choosers. That just kinda takes away from the fun of other characters, so I kind of doubt we'll see exclusive items again. However...
No, I get. Trust me, I get the logic. Like, I genuinely get the logic behind. Oh, we don't want exclusive items because it makes like some characters inherently stronger than others. I still miss it though. Do you know? I feel like in a modern online space, I don't think exclusive items work. But like when you're playing this game casually, like man, the special items are so much fun. Like the amount of fun I had just mixing and matching characters in like Double Dash when I played as a kid. Or even when I was playing my fiance when she was here last, oh, it was so fun. It's so cool, man. But like, I feel like online, a modern online space would kind of ruin them because you would just see like Bowser Jr., Waluigi, like everyone using it because the bomb and the Bowser shell, like two strong. You know what I mean? Like the meta Andes would kind of ruin the perception of it. I think that's what it is. Competitive really ruined some parts of the game, and it really, really did. Because like I know when I'm playing Double Dash, right? I know if we ever go to that barcade again in London, Battenberg, and I beat your ass at Double Dash, I'm picking whatever character I want because it's just fun to mix and match, you know? It's just fun. It's just very, very fun.
However, that's not to say we won't see any of these remaining Double Dash items. I mean, the bomb was able to stay, so let's just go ahead and run through the selection. Mario and Luigi both got fireballs, and this is why I say there's technically 9 items, because the colors are different between the two, but the functionality is the same.
I feel like the fireball kind of got obviously the modern day fire flower, doesn't it? I think if any item comes back, it's the modern day fire flower. I think the fireball is just gone.
Used, 5 fireballs will be launched forward to hit anyone they contact. Like green shells that can bounce off walls, but they'll disappear after a short period of time. While that functionality is cool, the later games added the fire flower as an item, and that's definitely going to be Mario Kart 9 over this.
So
it's
F.
Easier to use
I would say
and
F.
way more iconic. So both of these are going to end up in F tier. Technically, they did reappear in Mario Kart Tour, but that game's item roster is just kind of insane. Another item that's been split into 2 is the Yoshi egg.
Yoshi. I would love the Yoshi egg to come back. I don't think it does. I think it's another C tier one, like a low C, maybe like D. I would love it. I really like the Yoshi egg. Maybe they could rework it so that the items that drop out don't always drop in front of the person. Because I think one thing that made the Yoshi egg or Birdo egg kind of shit is that you'd hit the person with it, and then the items would split in front of them. So sometimes, like, you get hit, the star would literally appear in front of you as one of the items. You just drive into the star, so you'd end up as a plus, you know? So maybe they can have it so that the items kind of like fall behind you, maybe, so that if there's a good item, you could have it as maybe, I don't know, they could like rework it a little bit. I'd like this item. I actually really, really like this item, and I think it could fit in a modern Mario Kart game. But I'd put it in D tier personally. But my personal list, I'd put it in S. It has to come back. It'd be so good.
Different color egg for Birdo. Functionally, again, they do the same thing as each other, in this case targeting the person in front of the player like a red shell. Upon hitting someone, it can spit out a number of different items such as green shells, stars, bombs, and so on. I think that's a pretty interesting mechanic, but it could also easily backfire by just giving the person in front of you a star.
Yeah, exactly,
not the most beloved item in the world, but I think the use is cool enough to where it's safe from F tier. In fact, I think it's got a better chance than the feather in C tier since
Odyssey, man. Interesting. Fascinating.
Actually work in races. Birdo egg gets F tier though. 2 of the most
yes! Birdo slander and yes! Odyssey Central. A fellow woman hater? Really? Based.
Items from this game are the giant banana. These both essentially act as versions of the banana and green shell respectively, and are always super fun to use. They even have some functionality that makes them extra dangerous. The giant banana will spawn 3 regular bananas upon being hit, and the Bowser shell is able to hit multiple racers without breaking. Due to those properties, I actually think these would be fantastic items to bring to Mario Kart 9.
It would, especially with the game being that bigger. Yeah, I think I would... Would they, though? I think they would. Yeah, I think especially... you've got a lot of nerve. I think with the stages being bigger, and obviously talking about it, I think it could have a genuine shout to come back. I would put these in B. I'd put both of these in B, you know?
Especially since we're going to have 24 racers now. I mean, imagine throwing a Bowser shell and taking out about 15 people. What could be more satisfying than that? These items both return in Mario Kart Tour as well, so they aren't completely lost to the past. Of these exclusive items, these 2 are easily the most well-liked as well, so I think I'm going to take another gamble and say they've got a shot for Mario Kart 9 and B.
Hey!
The Bowser shell is more likely because it's cooler.
I would say... cool Bowser, obviously. I would say the giant banana has a slightly higher chance than the Bowser shell, personally, but...
Dash item was exclusive for Peach and Daisy, being the heart. This is pretty interesting as it was purely a defensive item. When used...
I think the heart is like really cool. I think the heart is in a weird spot because it's like a really cool defensive item, but you only really get it when you don't need defensive items. You know, like you're gonna get the heart really at like 5th, 6th, 7th. But like when you're at that position, you don't really need a defensive item. You need offense, right? And it's like it would be a bit too strong if you got it at like, you know, 3rd, 2nd around then because it'd be a bit too strong. You know, having an item that completely nullifies 2 items. So like it's literally like a bagging item. It actually is kind of designed like a bagging item. Because like you literally grab a heart and you'd have to switch. With Double Dash's system, it kind of works because Peach could get you a heart. You can hold it, switch characters, and if you go up the pack a bit, you could use it for some defense. It's actually had a decent strategy in Double Dash, but I don't know if it works in a modern day context. I think it's got enough uniqueness about it where I wouldn't put it in F, but definitely low D for me personally.
It would put up a shield around the cart, and if it got hit, Peach and Daisy would get the item they were hit with, although there are some exceptions like bombs.
Yeah.
Interestingly though, when added back to Tour, they removed its ability to give the racer the item they were hit with. That's kind of disappointing, but to be honest, I don't see this coming back anyway. It was a cute concept, but items like the banana and green shell work fine as defensive items by themselves. I don't think it's impossible though, so we're finally getting our first D tier of the
Yeah, this is pre-watched. This is pre-watched gamers. He's just copying me. He's just copying me.
video. It's not going to
copying
be
me.
too long as we still got the chain chomp. This was exclusive to the baby characters.
Yeah, this is F. The bullet bill has retcon this item. It's just an F tier, unfortunately. Even though I think literally the only reason the chain chomp got axed in favor of the bullet bill is because the DS couldn't handle the chain chomp. You fucking DS Andes ruined one of the coolest items in the series. I hope you're proud of yourself. Fucking losers. It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Essentially think of this like a bullet bill, except you aren't invincible, and it'll probably launch you off the track. Yeah, so this guy's just simply outclassed by the bullet bill. Their functionality is different enough to where this could be in the same game, but since the chain chomp didn't get added to Tour, I think D tier makes the most sense for it.
I'd put it in F personally. It's not happening.
Speaking of the bullet bill, we got its introductory game here with Mario Kart DS. This brought 3 items.
Oh my god, dry bones and airship footage, frame 1. Wow.
And I think they're each pretty safe, so let's go through this really fast. The bullet bill makes you invincible and rushes the player forward throughout the track for a limited time. I think this is a pretty essential item. It helps keep people that are super far behind in the race, and it's super satisfying to use and pass a ton of people. I mean, not that I would ever use it, I'm just too good. I'm gonna put this up in S tier with the rest of the lock-ins. On the other hand, the blooper is the bane of my existence. This thing will...
Yeah, blooper... Listen, I know we want the blooper gone. It's S tier, okay? It's S tier. It's coming back. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere, guys. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Hit all racers and cover their screens with ink. This item kind of sucks because A, it's barely effective at all if you know the track, and B, it always shows up when I'm getting footage and I have to keep cutting around it. Alright, let's calm down. Despite my hatred though, it's been in every game since DS, so I think it's probably coming back. Yeah. It's not an item I consider essential, so I'm putting it in A tier. The final
I think it's S. I think you're just hating. What I would say, I think this is the basic rework. I would make it so that the traction, the traction penalty you get is a lot higher. That's what I would do. Because I think the blindness on the screen doesn't really affect most players after like the first month this game comes out. But I think the traction penalty can genuinely be like really punishing on tracks with like bendy turns. Getting hit with a blooper on like 200cc Neo Bowser City, that's nightmarish. And there's a couple of other stages where like, yeah, it's fucking oof. But I think they need to rework it so the traction penalty is higher. Or I think the other idea I had is make it a context-sensitive item. In the same way the feather, you can only get the feather in Super Mario Kart on tracks that actually had a feather shortcut. Maybe only make the blooper part of the item rotation on tracks where the traction penalty would actually be a little detrimental. Or maybe like increase the rarity a lot more. Like on other stages where the traction penalty wouldn't affect it, maybe have the rarity like lowered drastically. That would be my... That'd be my rework, you know?
Item is the triple banana, which gives you 3 bananas. While it has changed between games, going from a stream of 3 bananas to a circle in Mario Kart 8, it has been a staple since DS. For that reason, this also gets A tier, just missing out on S on the slight chance they decide to add the banana bunch instead.
Nah,
Mario Kart Wii, on the other hand, also had 3 items, but these are far from being staples. In fact, they were only ever in Mario Kart Wii, with only one of them making it to Tour. So starting us off with this weird bunch, we have the POW block. This would work like the lightning and hit everyone in the lobby. They wouldn't.
I feel like the POW block was interesting, but I didn't really... There's something weird about the POW block. I kind of like it, but I also don't care for it at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, it's just a bit... There's something about it where I'm just like, I don't know. There's something about it I just don't care for. But I also kind of liked it in the general rotation of Mario Kart Wii. There's something about it. I couldn't explain it to you. Someone said they hated the fact that they dropped the item. I like that personally. There's not enough item dropping things in the game, if you ask me. I want more things that drop your items.
been out for that long though, and if the person was in the air, they'd avoid the hit. Honestly, this item was just kind of annoying and pretty bad. For some reason, if you hopped right before you got hit, you basically avoided slowing down at all, so against good players, this was also practically useless. With 24 racers constantly getting items as well, I'd honestly find this just too annoying if it constantly showed up like it did in Wii. So I'm gonna put the POW block in D tier. I don't see anyone clamoring for this to return. The Thundercloud though is a bit of an interesting one. When you have it over your head, you'd get a speed boost and you could go—
I think the POW block with 24 racers could be interesting, but I feel like it would suffer from the same problem that Mario Kart Wii's Thundercloud did, in that is an item where you play hot potato interesting in concept? Absolutely. But in actuality, in most online races that I played, and I think a lot of us kind of were in the same boat, what would happen is you'd get a Thundercloud, and then the timer would count down, and you just get zapped, which is unfortunate. The rework they did in some custom games, which the lightning shot makes you bigger, I think is a much better rework. I don't think they do that personally. I feel like there's a way to maybe make the Thundercloud a bit more interesting. I feel like you could. Maybe it works. Maybe it works for 24 races. Maybe. I don't know. Let us choose when to use the cloud. I feel like that'd get rid of a lot of the Thunderclouds, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like surprise factor. I feel like one of the key elements of it is that, oh yeah, you just kind of, oh shit, hot potato now, you know? Maybe they could have it as a toggleable item. Maybe. There's something with this. I feel like you could put this item in the lab. You know, you could put this item in the lab and like fix it, along with the heart from Double Dash. I feel like you could, but it needs sand.
Go through the off-road without slowing down. However, after a few seconds... Now, it's not all doom and gloom, as if you ran into another racer, the cloud would move to their head instead. That made this a sort of hot potato item, and I like that concept quite a bit.
Yeah.
The problem is that the item would automatically use itself if you got it, and it could be kind of hard to find someone to run into. However, if there's 24 racers now, it would be a lot easier to pass on. So I do actually think the Thundercloud could work in this new game. But this item is so hated that I can't bring myself to put this in B tier. I still think it's far more likely to be out than in. It's definitely going to be in the top of C tier for now, though. But
Oh, hang on. Odyssey. Oh, hang on. Rare Odyssey Central. Firstly, 50% chance to shrink or grow. I would like that personally. But hang on. Hang on.
I think the Thundercloud could work in this new game. But this item is so hated that I can't bring myself to put this in B tier.
Oh, you succumbing to the mob. My Odyssey Central would never. Sorry. Am I watching the People's video or am I watching an Odyssey Central video? Mr. Odyssey, man. You were doing... Now the whole video is ruined. But my bank account certainly isn't. Thank you so much. Acorn, I appreciate that. They should make the Thundercloud randomly shock one person with a chance to backfire. That'd be kind of funny. They could rework it, you know? It could be interesting. Listen, everyone gets one L. You know, everyone gets one he made graduation. I'll let this pass, Odyssey Central, but don't do it again, okay? Don't do it again.
Still think it's far more likely to be out than in. It's definitely going to be in the top of C tier for now, though. But if all the Mario Kart... I'd put it in F. I just don't see it ever coming back. I'm going to be honest. It is F. Items, the most likely has to be the Mega Mushroom. My dad also wanted me to say he thinks this is coming back, so shoutouts to him. This would make the person who used this giant, which would give them a speed boost, allow them to squish other racers, and take a hit without slowing down. The Mega Mushroom is a pretty well-known power-up, and is the only item of this bunch to make it into Mario Kart Tour.
This is like C for me. I don't see this one coming back, but maybe? I don't know.
I also think it would work great with 24 racers, as there's a lot more people around for you to run over and squish. So I think it's fair enough to put this in B tier.
B? Okay.
Mario Kart 7 is another game with 3 items, and it's definitely a weird bunch. The most likely of the 3 is the Fire Flower, since it's the only one to make it into 8.
I'd put this in like top of A.
Fireballs, which act basically the exact same as the Double Dash ones. I mentioned in that segment that I think the Fire Flower is likely to return due to being an iconic power-up, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in A tier.
Yeah.
Other 2 items though are a bit more interesting. First up is the Lucky 7, which would give the player who used it a banana, green shell.
We know how this is gonna go, guys. It's not gonna be, obviously it's not gonna be Lucky 7. It's gonna be Chicaneous 9. We know the rules, chat. It's gonna be Chicaneous 9. So technically, by extension, this item comes back, but yeah, this literal item doesn't come back, but its older brother does, the Chicaneous 9.
Shell, mushroom, star, blooper, and bomb. This acts basically the exact same as the Crazy 8 in Mario Kart 8, but that also has a coin. I might as well cover both of these while I'm here, but I don't think they're very likely. I mean,
I would say, just if anyone's curious, what's the 9th item? The 9th item is a chain chomp cinema.
Mario Kart 9 is not 7 or 8, so they have no reason to be here. I also just think the chaos of there being 24 racers will be plenty, so I don't think there's a need for these items to come back.
Really?
I'm gonna put the Crazy 8 in F tier and the Lucky 7 in C tier. The reason
What? Oh, he's gonna say that's a bit weird, isn't it?
the Lucky 7 is higher is because it was in Tour, and the number 7 does have significance to the lottery. Gambling reference, yeah! I love gambling! The final Mario Kart...
Let's go gambling! The 9th item is an entire Crazy 8. I like your thinking, Biff. I like your thinking. Literally gambling. Gambling. You would never catch me gambling, gamers. I am not a gambler. Gambling! You would never catch me. You would never catch me.
7 item is the Super Leaf. This item honestly kind of sucked. When you use
No, what? No. What the... Guys, how many he made graduations am I going to let Odyssey Central go? I love this. I love the fucking Tanuki Leaf. I genuinely thought it was a cool item. I think they rebalanced this as the Super Horn, because I think the Super Leaf, having like, what's it, a radius AoE attack, like on a constant meter, on like a timer, I think was maybe a little overpowered. Like, at least with the Piranha Plant on the front of your cart, you could stay like on the side or behind someone to avoid them. With the Super Leaf, like being anywhere near someone would like trigger a hit, which maybe was a bit much. So I think that's probably why they repurposed it into like the Piranha Plant and the Super Horn. As an item, I thought it was pretty cool. I think, at worst, it's banana on time, which is still nice to have. Yeah, I quite like the Tanuki Leaf. This is back when the Tanuki Leaf was making its triumphant return. It was in like every fucking game in this era. It was in 7, it was in 3D Land, it was in New Soup 2, it was in everything. It was probably in your house. You probably had leaves in your house, honestly.
Get a tail on your carts, and by hitting the button, you could swipe your tail to hit nearby racers and destroy items. Problem was that it was again very hard to actually be close enough to people to use this effectively, so most of the time you would just kind of spam this to get a better item. However, like I mentioned with the Thundercloud, with 24 people, this item could be a bit more useful. I'm still certain
I'd put it in... Yeah, I'd put it in C. I'd put it in C.
But I think it's got a chance, especially since this was also in Tour and is an iconic power-up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up in C.
Hey! Same.
Mario Kart 8 gave us 4 new items, but since we already covered the Crazy 8, we only have 3 left. Obviously, being the newest game in the series, we don't know which of these are going to become staples just yet.
I would say the Fire Flower stays, but I think that, I don't know, something tells me the Piranha Plant is the one to go. For me, I have the feeling that one of the items they introduce is gone. And for me, I think they keep, the Super Horn has a higher chance of staying, if you ask me, because I think it has the unique aspect of taking out spiny shells, or blue shells. Fireflower, I think, has iconicness to its name. Piranha Plant is the one I could see going. One of them goes, I would say. One of those 3 goes, 100%, if you ask me personally. One of those 3 goes. And for me, if one of those 3 had to go, it'd definitely be the Piranha Plant. Maybe all of them stay. Maybe all 3 of them go. Oh. If one had to go, it's definitely the Piranha Plant.
If I were to place a bet, though, I'm going to say that the Super Horn...
Oh, the Boomerang Flower as well? I forgot about the Boomerang Flower. I could see the Boomerang Flower going either way. I can see it going away. Personally, I think it's interesting enough where I'd want it to stay. It's like a ranged multi-use item. I think it has enough uniqueness about it. I would want it to stay, but I could see it not happening. Piranha Plant, I think, is gone. I think it's gone personally.
Stay. When used, it'll create a massive shockwave around the player. This would hurt anyone near...
Also, I don't encourage... We don't encourage circumcision in the Somerset community here. Like, what the hell? Like, if people want to do it, people can do what they want. Puff with a gun. What the fuck? What's going on here? What's happening here? It's weird. Okay, keep your chicanery to yourself. Okay, Jesus Christ. If someone wants to get snipped, let him get snipped. All right. Good lord.
Specifically to defend against the blue shell, which I think is a
very weird.
Mechanic. Nothing's more satisfying than running from a blue shell and getting a sound horn just in the nick of time. It was rare enough where blue shells were still a threat most of the time.
Yeah, but it was good. I like that. Yeah.
To avoid the shell was nice.
It was nice.
It's also fairly well liked, so I think it belongs in A tier as a pretty likely return. Another item this game added was the Piranha Plant, which would give the player a speed boost with its chomps and even bite nearby racers. Honestly, I think this is pretty likely to return purely because it's the focus of Mario Kart 8's new battle mode, Renegade Roundup. I really hope this mode returns because it was a ton of fun with friends.
Yeah, it was
actually
really
willing
good.
to double down on the item for this mode, I think the Piranha Plant has a good shot at making a comeback.
That's actually, I never considered that. Since it's like the starring item in Renegade Roundup, it probably comes back. I actually never considered that.
Put this just at the bottom of A tier. The final new item for this game was a Boomerang Flower, and of the new items, I could see it being removed the most.
Oh.
Well, aside from you. This lets you throw a boomerang 3 times, which could damage people and break items. This always felt great to use, and even though I think it's the least likely of the 3 to return, I do still want it to come back.
Same.
At the very least, I don't see any reason to outright cut it. It's just not as iconic or important as the other 2, so I'll place this at the top of B tier. But Mario Kart 8 isn't where we're ending things. In fact, we got ourselves the biggest game of the bunch with Mario Kart Tour. Surprisingly, this game brought with it 12 new items, which is absolutely absurd.
Crazy.
I'm sure most of you have never even heard of these before, but I do think at least some of them have a chance to show up in Mario Kart 9. And also all of you Mario Kart Tour fans can shut up now.
Yeah! Owned! Destroyed! Yes! Yes! Owned! I love it. I love it. Listen, keep that hater energy going. I want to hear that again. Keep the hater energy flowing. All right, I like it.
Some of them have a chance to show up in Mario Kart 9. And also all of you Mario Kart Tour fans can shut up now. Oh, Odyssey doesn't care about Tour. Why doesn't he do his research? Why doesn't he talk about...
Listen, firstly, at least he's showing the people online. And if you are gonna do a people online crash out, firstly, you showed the comments, which I always encourage people to do. And secondly, it's Mario Kart Tour, okay? I get it. Okay? I get it. I get it. He gets a... Do you know what I mean? He gets a... He made graduation. Even the Mr. Tour guy is giving him a... He made graduation pass. You know what I mean? Crash out accepted. I'll accept this one. Huge diss. I really just like... Hang on, I want to read... Can I read some of them? Hang on, I want to read some of them. Hang on, I want to read some of them.
Shut up now.
The good thing is that these kids who hate tall cities... Because... These kids? That's my favorite type of like hater comment to get, by the way. When someone calls me like a kid. I'm like, bro, I wish I was, okay? I wish I was half the age I am. Jesus, you kidding me? Youth is wasted on the young, as they say, and that is fucking true. The good thing is that these kids who hate Tour cities because they're from Tour are more turned away from even playing 8 Deluxe, especially online. I don't even know what that comment means.
Why does he doesn't care about...
Not researching about Tour when it's obviously going to have a content ported to a console installment. That's what makes him a casual. Jesus Christ. Casual. Oh, you're a gaming casual. Bro, there is nothing more funnier than Mario Kart Andes putting casual as a slur. There's nothing funnier than that. At least when the Marvel Rivals Andes do it, it's a competitive video game. It's a multiplayer game. It's supposed to be the competitive spirit. Still cringe, but I get it. When the Mario Kart casuals do it, I can never stop laughing. You picked one of the most casual games on planet Earth to gatekeep? That's funny. Name and... Odyssey Central, DM me. Name and shame. I want to know this guy's name. I hate the way that he walks, the way that he talks. I hate all of them. Oh, man. Your comments can't decide if you're a child or 1 foot in the retirement home. It's pretty... Honestly, I love it. I love it. And the worst part is I know those two comments are from the same guy. Have you got comments from him? Do you recognize you like recognize the letters just about Frying Pan? You do some surgical analyzing? Crazy. Hang on. This guy's like a... How many comments are there going to be of people calling you a kid? Hates the tour tracks because they are hard and they come from a mobile game. Like a kid, he confuses those two things. If it's from Tour, then it's bad tracks. Now, in all fairness, Odyssey Central, in defense of this strange fella, you were a bit mean in your Tour Cities ranking. You were a little bit mean. And that's coming from me. You were a tiny bit mean. But this is not justified, okay? This guy hates Tour Cities because he hates Tour. There's no critical thinking. Amazing. Yeah, people love to discredit Tour. Why doesn't he talk about... I already had this like on some YouTube, especially the popular ones, like Odyssey Central wants people to pretend Tour didn't exist and only sees them as the black sheep. Is this true? We need to know. We need to know, Odyssey Central. I'm gonna DM him right now, chat. Can I 10 super chats and I DM Odyssey Central and I ask him for an interview? And I'm gonna title it new main channel video chat. Odyssey Central addresses the Tour allegations. Cinema chat? Cinema? He's in the Discord, so he is in the server. I have DMs with Odyssey Central. Is it possible? Is the collab on, chat? It might be. Members exclusive. Members exclusive. Yeah. Members exclusive. Yes. You have to be a member. I won't. Don't worry.
Tour stuff. Yeah.
Bro, really forgot. Oh my god. Tour skull emoji.
Yeah, just ignore all the times I did. You guys are genuinely getting worse than the Minecraft viewers, and that's sad. A lot of these are...
Oh, man, really? Worse than the Minecraft viewers? Man, do you know what? Reasonable credit. 1 super... Hey, give me the 1. Bacon, I appreciate it.
variations on existing items, though, so let's go
Shit.
ahead and run through those quickly. First up, we have 4 items.
Justified crash out.
Spewing a ton of items out on the track. Those are the banana barrels, bomb cannon, mushroom cannon, and coin box. Each of them spit out their respective item all over the place, and while it is kind of a cute idea, I don't really see them coming in. Like
yeah,
I said before,
same.
24 racers all spewing out items is chaotic enough, but add on these cannons and races are going to be a complete mess. That's also not to mention how I feel like these aren't the most helpful things in the world. I haven't really played much Tour, but the banana barrel is also going to mess you up since they shoot in front of you, and the mushrooms and coins will be left on the ground for racers behind you to pick up.
That would be kind of funny, though.
Cannon has the bombs explode instantly, so that could be a bit better. Honestly, though, I don't think any of these are coming back, so I'm going to put them all in D tier, with the bomb one getting to sneak into C tier.
I'd personally put them in all in F. I just don't see them happening. I just say more ones. Oh my god! Thank you, CJ, as well. Thank you, Alfonso. Honestly, your Moresty situation is insane. I'm gonna interview. Listen, I'm gonna interview him. Okay, I need it. We need the interview. Addressing the Tour allegations.
2 more bomb-related items. First is the double bomb, which does exactly what you would expect. This has the bombs orbiting the cart, though, which is kind of funny because if anyone runs into you, I don't really think this is very necessary, but if they want to mix up a bomb blast, maybe this wouldn't be the worst way to do it. That's also my reasoning for keeping the bomb cannon in C tier as opposed to the other cannons. So I'll put the double bombs just below it in C tier.
Double bombs would be funny. Guy, chat, chill, okay? Listen, I was just... Stop it. Thank you so much, Yem, and Chili Grade. We did Tour racist allegations addressed.
The other bomb item is the Giga Bomb, which is just a bomb.
I'll let him know. Okay, I'll let him know.
Trilogy, I think this is easily the most likely.
You need to expose the anti.
Taking out like 10 races at once with this thing. I'm sort of following my philosophy that I did with the Bowser Shell and Giant Banana, that it'd be super fun with 24 people, assuming it is a very rare item. Now, if this does get added, it'd be nice if it was able to be dropped behind you, since in Tour it can only be thrown forward. Oh, and also warning, holding onto this for too long will cause it to explode.
That's just kind of funny.
I ran out of green screen explosion budget. I think I'm actually gonna.
Oh no! I was like, no! I was expecting a oh, I got cucked. Unbelievable.
B tier with the other big boys. I think it would be a lot of fun. That leaves us with 6 more items that represent new things from the series. The Super Bell acts pretty similar to the Sound Horn, but it rings 3 times instead of just once. Honestly, that seems like a bit of a wasted slot. Yes, it's an iconic power-up, but I think it's fine just being represented as Cat Peach on the roster. I'll place this above the cannons in D tier. The capsule comes from the Dr. Mario series, which is kinda neat, but functionally they aren't really that exciting. It basically acts like a triple green shell, but you throw them all at once.
Oh shit.
A bit different, but again, I don't think this is a very necessary or likely item, so I'm also putting this in D tier.
I kind of want to throw pills at people. I've always wanted to throw pills at people.
The hammers are a bit more interesting, but still not great. They're another attack item, of course, but they fly in a unique arc to mimic the Hammer Bros attacks in the mainline series. Apparently, if you're close enough too, they can even act like red shells. Plus, I want to kill people with hammers. This is definitely an improvement over the last 2, but I still don't see it being one they necessarily want to bring back. I'll put it at the very bottom.
Why does Tour have some like really funny items? Can we like have every Tour item in the game, please? So you could do that, right? I could do. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you to death with hammers. I'm gonna beat Draco Guy in particular with hammers. Yes. Thank you, man. Super Mario indeed. Thank you for becoming a knight, brother. I appreciate it.
D tier, since I do think it has a slightly better chance. The bubble is kind of just a worse bullet bill. It gives you a speed boost and protects you, but only from one hit.
What? Bruv, okay, I'm learning way too much about Tour. What the fuck is this item, bro?
Pop right after. Again, this is another pretty useless item that would just complicate things if added, so it's an easy D tier. The dash ring is one of the most unique Tour original items. When used, it'll spawn 3 rings on the track in front of you that you can drive through for a speed boost.
Shit.
I like the idea behind this item.
Hey, yo, guy, bring it, bruv. Some of these items are crap. I want them all, man. I want them all.
Holding it back. For
this would be cool.
Once it's used, anyone can drive through the ring, so it can very easily backfire.
Yeah, someone said, what's it? Dash ring for teams? Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
Secondly, I imagine this would be kind of complicated to program. They gotta make spots for the rings to spawn across all the maps, and I'm honestly not sure they want to go through the effort to make that.
Nah, they should do it. Nah, lazy. Stick. Whoa, what? Indie dev, yeah? Oh, my indie dev wouldn't be able to program. That's how you sound, Odyssey Central. Typical Odyssey Central. In the pockets of Reggie Fils-Aimé. Overrated. His legacy meant nothing. Nothing.
Predictions video, and I just don't see it happening, unfortunately.
Fair. I mean, I don't see it happening, but I would love this item. I'd put it in C just because I like it.
Again, this is sadly another D tier.
Oh.
Our final Mario Kart Tour item, I think, has a little bit of hope. Call it copium all you want, but our final item is the Ice Flower. This has always been one of my favorite power-ups in the mainline series, so I thought it was super cool that it was finally added as
copium.
Copium. This is a pretty unique function too. With the item, you'd be able to spit out 3 ice balls. If it hits the opponent, instead of spitting them out normally, they'll actually freeze. While frozen, they'll slide down the track in a straight line until they break free, which could very easily lead to them falling off depending on the course.
Hey, that's actually pretty unique in all honesty. You know what? I kind of fuck with that.
is such a perfect idea for an item, and I think it would fit right into Mario Kart.
Like, the fact that you don't spin out, but you just are forced to drive in a straight line is actually really interesting. I actually really like that, in all fairness. You know what? I'm with you. Let's huff copium together, brother. I actually think that's really cool.
Obviously, since it's Tour exclusive right now, it's less likely than a lot of the mainstays, but I'm still going to put
Pun
my
not
foot down
intended.
to say that it's probably coming in. For the last prediction of the video, I'm going to be placing the Ice Flower up in B tier.
Hey, I fuck with it.
My item roster prediction, excluding any new items, comes to a total of 28. And if we get 2 to 4 new ones on top of that, I think a total of 30 or 32 items sounds pretty perfect. But anyways, that's it for this video. Do you love setting people on fire, but green? And hate me for placing the green fireballs low? Let me know in the comments. This video actually turned out to be a bit longer than I was expecting it to be, but I hope you all
20 minutes. Longer than it needed to be. Oh, this is central. Stay in college, young man. Thank you for the 2! Chili Green. I love Ice, Charlie. You ice. Are you an ice track defender? Is that what it is?
enjoyed looking at the
Disgusting.
different items. I was considering doing a ranking of all the items, but I think it would be best if I waited until after Mario Kart 9 drops, so hopefully you all enjoyed this prediction instead. And most importantly, hopefully I'm correct. But before we go, I gotta make sure to thank my members.
Oh, look, it's me! Gamers, it's me! I'm right there! It's me! It's me! I'm a member! I'm gonna see my exclusive perks. You guys don't get to see them. My exclusive perk, yes. Yes. I have been a member for 3 months and 19 days. I get to use the nerd emoji in his chat and the cool Bowser emote, and you guys don't get to do that. But either way,
the Mario Kart series is known.
Shut up, nerd. I want to read the comments now. All right, Bravo 6. We're going dark. Let's go in, gamers. Let's go in. Let's have a look at some of the comments. I'm gonna leave it. Hang on. I'm gonna leave a comment with a cool Bowser. Ice flower for Smash. Where's the cool Bowser? I need my cool Bowser. Yeah, you guys don't get to do this. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you see that? I get to do that and you don't. How do you feel, chat? But you feel left out. I bet it's a society of haves and have-nots. I'm poor shaming, okay? Yeah. Broke it. Broke it. Let's read something. The cool 9. I think, what was it? Did someone in the chat said, Cloud 9? I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool name for it. Chicanerous 9. I'm calling it Chicanerous 9. They should add the Batmobile. I think they should. I think you're right, Penguin X. I think you're right for that. I could just say cool Bowser and it gets the point across. Shut up, nerd. Feather returning would legitimately kind of hype. It's the classic just fly over the traffic idiot strat in a game with 23 other bozos hogging the lane. Also, I wonder if they'll rework the blooper consider and directly screws over newcomers. Maybe it slicks your tires. Yeah, that could be interesting. Freaky 9? Mods, you are not doing your job. That is disgusting, Philip. I can't wait for Bat. What is it with Bat? What's happening with Bat? What's all this Batman? What's happening? And then they found the cloud was one of the coolest items ever, and I don't understand why it's so hated. Well, P Jiggles, maybe you should fucking jiggle your way to a better take. Maybe. The sloppy night. What is happening here? What is happening in my community right now? It's unbelievable. What did you reply? The thundercloud is funny. Bring it back. Nah, you know what? I'm taking your takes your funny. It's my funny now, okay? Only I get to use it. Dizziness virus from Mario Kart IKGP is definitely coming back. How could I get such a... True. Do you know what they should add? The fan from RKGP? Because when you get the fan, your character just keeps whacking it in front of them. And it's a stupid, funny animation, and I like it. That's what they should add. Hear me out. This item should be in battle mode. Which item? Which item are you talking about?
The Thundercloud, though, is a bit...
Thundercloud as a battle exclusive item? You know what, chat? I kind of fuck with it. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. If you don't mind, I had a funny suggestion. Would you make a video like this for Smash Bros? Which characters will stay and which ones will be cut? What will he say? Oh, likely, okay. He'll do it when Smash... Ruthless businessman. I'll do it when it's algorithmically advantageous. Ruthless... I like it. I respect it. Ruthless businessman. Gotta make the videos when the iron is hot, am I right? My fellow businessman. My fella. I think the fake item box should serve this purpose, but you could use it for travel. I don't know. Fake item box ain't coming. It's dead, okay? Cope all you want. We appreciate Tour fanbase slander. Yeah, true. Tour fanbase sucks. Fuck, they're the worst people ever made. They're the worst people ever made, chat. The Deadly Six, the Chicano Stein, the Deadly Six, the Tubular 10, 11 Heaven for Mario Kart 11, 100%. Explain this, flat earthers. True. I agree. Do you think Luigi would be better as an item? True. I agree. I agree with the comments, therefore they're good. Right. Odyssey Central Gamers. Cinema. I think we enjoyed our stay here. Listen. Odyssey Central is one of the good ones, okay? You know what to do, chat. You know what to do. You know what to do, okay? You know what to do. Odyssey Cinema, alright? I like him. He's a cool fella. Just like Bowser. He's a cool fella. Right. We'll leave that there. We'll leave that there, chat.